Hi, my name is Ashley, and for the last 5 weeks, I've been clicker training one of our house cats at the hospital I work at. His name is Manny. He's an 8-year-old domestic shorthair. At first, Manny had never heard the sound of a clicker, so I had to condition him to the clicker. The clicker is a secondary reinforcer, letting Manny know that he's performing the correct behavior. The secondary reinforcer is paired with a primary reinforcer. The primary reinforcer I used was target control treats. The primary reinforcer not only rewards Manny, but also motivates him to perform the correct behavior. After several sessions of conditioning the clicker, Manny realized that every time he heard a click, he would get a treat. One of the first things that Manny and I worked on was free shaping. I noticed that Manny would sit periodically throughout the day when I'd be in the hospital. As he was sitting, I would click and treat so I could free shape this behavior.
Manny, sit. Good boy.
The next behavior that Manny and I worked on was targeting. I would use the word touch and click and treat when Manny would touch the palm of my fingers with his nose.
Manny, touch. Good boy.
Another behavior I worked on with Manny was up, where he would jump from the floor onto the counter at work. Over the last 5 weeks, I noticed that Manny followed hand signals the best in lieu of just the clicker on its own. So the next behavior I trained was called hand, where Manny uses his hand to grab the treat out of mine.
Manny, hand. Good boy.
Another fun behavior that Manny and I worked on was opening the drawer. I would tap on the drawer handle and use the command drawer for him to open the drawer and then click and treat. Open the drawer.
Good boy, Manny.
Lastly, the behavior I worked on with Manny was in and out of the carrier. This proved to be very difficult because Manny hadn't been in a carrier since he first arrived to the hospital 8 years ago. Putting our house cats in carriers is not something we do on a regular basis. However, I did use Yin's techniques to try and get Manny to go in and out of the carrier. As you'll see in the next clip, you'll see that I was only able to get Manny to go in the carrier and not come out.
Manny, out. Manny.
Over the last 5 weeks, Manny and I have been clicker training, and although at times it was challenging, I'm impressed with what Manny was able to learn and what he was able to retain. The one thing we did have a lot of difficulty with was in and out of the carrier. However, not everything is going to be perfect, and I'm still very impressed with what he was able to learn. I definitely feel that Manny and I have created a stronger bond, and I feel that he is definitely more active in the hospital, especially with trying to get other employees to do the tricks with him.